In this video, I visit the most populated city in Australia, Melbourne, known for its coffee, culture, and ghost tours.
So if there's anyone here with us tonight.
This one feels weird.
Which one, the right?
The right one. If you're new around here, hi, my name's Dane. I'm a Brit living down under, and my channel is all about showing you the best of Australia. Make sure you hit subscribe or I'll come to your house and make you a cup of tea. Enjoy. The best way to get acquainted to any new city or destination that you visit is hop on a free walk-in tour. We are here on the first full day in Melbourne, and I'm about to join a free cultural tour here outside Victoria State Library. Meets at 3 p.m. most days. I'll leave a link down below. Before you begin the walk-in tour, I highly recommend taking some time to explore the Victoria State Library, the oldest library in Australia. This stunning building houses over 2 million books and is a great spot for studying, working, or simply relaxing. As a digital nomad, I found it to be a perfect place to spend a few hours working. The walk-in tour departs from here, so arrive an hour early and get lost in this beautiful building. The cultural walk-in tour was led by this legend, Desmond, a local with countless stories about the city. This tour was a great introduction to Melbourne, and one thing I noticed is that Melbourne is full of these narrow streets dating back to the Victorian times. These are actually known as laneways. There are over 260 laneways in Melbourne city centre, home to shops, cafes, bars, and plenty of graffiti. Now, although the walk-in tour is free, I always recommend tipping at least 20 to 30 Australian dollars per person. Next on the list of things to do in Melbourne, we are at Queen Victoria Market. Now, I like to always provide a few fun facts in my videos, so I googled Queen Victoria Melbourne Market facts, and the first search that came up was, how many bodies are under Queen Vic Market? I don't know what to think, but apparently there are 9,000. The Queen Vic Market is not open on Mondays and Wednesdays, but is open till like 4 every other day. It's just a really busy market where you can buy everything from hats to jewellery to food to everything else you can think of. If I was a local, I would be here all the time to buy my fresh veggies, but as a tourist, I didn't feel like there was much to see or do here. My advice, if you're short on time, skip it. Now we're about to do something that I've never done on this channel or travel in general. We are going on a ghost tour. When I was looking at activities to do in Melbourne, there was this tour, and it was a ghost tour, and it had really good reviews. So I'm going to give you guys my honest feedback on if this tour is worth it. Believe it or not, I believe in ghosts. I think there are other things out there in the universe beyond just us humans. So when I found this ghost tour on Get Your Guide, I had to book it. The reviews were amazing, and the tour guide Linda certainly lived up to them. We followed Linda around the laneways as she shared haunting stories of people who had died around Melbourne and are said to continue haunting the city. At one point, she let me use the rods, which are these tools that are used to detect ghostly presence.
So if there's anyone here with us tonight, can you cross the rods for it?
I feel like there's like magnetic.
That's it.
Yeah, that's weird. Like it's pushing or something.
Yeah,
like I can feel that.
Of its own accord.
I genuinely felt the rods move, and although I didn't tell the group, I felt lightheaded and a bit sick when it happened. I don't know the connection, but if you enjoy ghost stories, book this tour. I'll leave the link below. This one feels weird.
Which one, the right?
The right one.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
That is so weird. That's getting stronger.
It's getting stronger, and they're crossing.
Yeah,
Look
that's really weird.
All right, so we're gonna...
Melbourne is the cultural capital of Australia, so of course we have to check out some museums, some galleries. We're here at the National Gallery of Victoria, which is the oldest and most visited gallery in Australia, so let's go have a look. I think it's also free to enter, so that makes it a bonus. So there are some free exhibits that you can see in the National Victoria Gallery, including the People from My Motherland, an English exhibit. The National Gallery of Victoria, located just a short walk from Flinders Street Station, is the most visited art gallery in Australia. If you're looking to enjoy some art without spending any money, you can check out their free exhibits. However, they also offer some ticketed exhibitions, such as the Africa Fashion Exhibit. After exploring this gallery, head over the road to enjoy some fresh air. If you come into Melbourne, one of the places that you're going to need to visit is the Royal Botanical Gardens. And I highly recommend, if it's a sunny day, go and do it on a sunny day, because as you can see, today the weather is absolutely lovely and we're just walking around on a Sunday in the Botanical Gardens of Melbourne. I've been in the CBD most of the time, and this is the first time sort of stepping into greenery. Look at this. What an amazing backdrop, and you can just see the skyline behind me in this beautiful green Botanical Gardens. If you're looking for somewhere to stay in Melbourne, I highly recommend the Selina Hotel right opposite Flinders Street Station. It's such a central location in the CBD. I've been able to get everywhere during my stay in Melbourne very easily. They also have a cafe on site, a co-work and activities such as yoga, and plenty of evening activities if you are coming here as a solo traveler. I'll just give you a quick little room tour because I'm always really impressed when I stay with Selina. The quality is just high. So we have a nice big mirror here. We have a beautiful, I want to say a king size or a queen size, I'm not quite sure. We also have the most beautiful view of Flinders Street train station, which is just over there. So they have a nice little coffee station here, a nice little reading lamp. They also have a few little booklets in the room just to give you some ideas of things you can do in Melbourne. I am a digital nomad, so I tend to travel and work at the same time. The reason that Selina is so great because they always have super speedy Wi-Fi. I spoke to the legends at Selina as I wanted to get you guys a discount code. If you book directly on their website using the code CHASINGDANE, you will get 20% off all Selinas in Australia and Thailand. Whether you prefer a private room or a dorm, they have you covered. Overall, the vibes in Selina are 10 out of 10. Time for some lunch. I highly recommend spending time in the Brighton and St Kilda region. While it was winter and I didn't go for a swim, I did check out the Brighton bathing boxes. There were so many and it quickly became one of my favourite photo spots in Melbourne. I absolutely loved Fitzroy. With heaps of veggie cafes and restaurants, it's the perfect place for eating and shopping. There are so many thrift stores and cool little nooks to explore. If I ever move to Melbourne, this is where you'll find me. I think I may have saved the best activity till last. Welcome to the Puffing Billy railway train out in Belgrave. I'm so excited to do this. I'm so excited that I actually managed to get tickets for this. So I have booked the train ticket directly on the Puffing Billy website. It was $62 for a round trip from Belgrave to Lakeside and then back. So to get here, it is an hour outside of the Melbourne CBD, but it's very easy to get to. You just get one of the train lines to Belgrave from Flinders Street Station, very easy. However, if you are planning to do the Puffing Billy train, it does sell out months in advance. So what I did, because I didn't want to book onto one of the expensive tours that include this train ticket, I just kept checking every day whilst I've been in Melbourne, and I managed to find one seat for my last day in Melbourne. So I booked that, and then it just took me an hour on the train to come here, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to share this experience with you. It's time to board the Puffing Billy. Let's go. The cool thing about the Puffing Billy train is that you can dangle your legs off, and I think I've got a very good seat. I am right at the front of the steam train. I don't think I've been this excited to go on a train ride in a very long time. I think that means we're leaving. I think this is the famous bridge. That was absolutely epic. Best thing I've done in Melbourne so far. The Puffing Billy train is the most epic thing you can do in Melbourne. I'm just gonna say it there. It's been so magical. We've just got to Lakeside. You can stop at Emerald Lake and check that out or get some lunch. We have a plan to stop for an hour and a half and then we're going back to Belgrave. So I am sat in the first carriage. So with my legs hanging out the side, it's kind of cold because it is the middle of winter here in Australia, and I was getting covered in coal and it was getting in my eyes. So just be aware, if you do this, you may get covered in coal, but best thing to do in Melbourne. So make sure you do it. Oh yeah, and if you couldn't tell, that's why I've got a jacket and a hoodie on because I'm absolutely freezing. I was so distracted by the magic of the train that I didn't realize how cold I was until we stopped, and I was like, I need to put layers on right now. That concludes my Melbourne travel guide. I honestly can't believe it's taken me 2 years of living in Australia to visit Melbourne. I've spent 8 days here. It's vibrant, there's lots going on. The vegan food is great here. There's so many activities, the nightlife is good. The restaurants, I could go on. Basically, I think Melbourne's my new favorite city break. A few favorites that I highly recommend. Firstly, the ghost tour. Linda, you need to go and see her and go look for some ghosts around Melbourne. Secondly, make sure you go to Smith and Deli. It was my favorite cafe in Melbourne. And lastly, the Puffing Billy railway train. That was epic. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit subscribe down below. If you have any other recommendations that I've missed in this video, make sure you drop them down below and I'll check them out for my next trip to Melbourne. Hope you enjoyed that video. Until next time, take care and peace out.